What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival, and I wanted to start going back to creating more tutorial on breaking down plays. In the past, the way I handled those tutorials was we go straight into the play against live reps, random formation, or like random plays against the defense. And I think that was a lazy way of me doing that. So I think I found a better method to really break down a play in order for you guys to fully understand how to run that play. So hopefully this new method will be useful to you and you'll get something out of it. Today we're going to break down shotgun trips clear out. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. The practice mode will go in 3 stages. First, we will go to offense only, and that is just to get a feel of the routes. So let's go back and pick clear out. And this play is a right hash play, as is. You can flip it on the left hash if you want to, but for this video, we'll break down the right-handed version of it. We're going to start on the 35-yard line, right hash. And with offense only, like I said, I just want you to get a feel of the routes in terms of how to throw them, in terms of the button press, and so on and so forth. So let's just look at the play real quick. You see 2 go routes, one by square and one by triangle. You have a post route by R1, which is your inside slot, and then you have a slant route by circle. It's actually a double slant. It's a double move slant. He'll take a step, but then he'll go to the inside. Then we have our halfback going to the flat. So what we're going to do here is break down each rep, and I'm going to go through about a few reps to each route, throw it to them. That way you get an idea of how to throw to these guys once we move on to the next step. So we're going to start with a high-low. We're just going to go with the go routes, then to the post, then to the slant, to the flat. So for a few reps, let's just break down the go route. Now normally what I like to do is just tap the button. As we know, there are 3 button presses in this game: a tap, a press, and a hold. Tap means you're just lobbing the ball up. Press means you are doing a basic standard pass. And a hold is when you're throwing it as hard as you can. So for go routes, I like to just do a tap, especially against cover 0. Over through that one. Let's do another one to the square. Just get a good feel for it. Now we'll go over to triangle, do the same thing. Do a few reps here. Normally, when I go to my go route, I'll snap the ball and give it about a second before I actually throw it. We'll do it one more time. And just do a basic tap and let him handle the jump ball. Okay, now let's do the post. The post, for this particular play, it could be a hard pass, like a hold pass, or a press of the button. For now, we'll do a hold. This is good against man. We'll finish the play. Always got to finish your route, just like in real life. Not the best throw. We'll do another one. Always want to finish strong, finish on the high note in this particular part of the practice mode. That was a good throw there. We'll do it one more time. I'll show you what happened there. I've done that on purpose. You have to give your post route a little bit more time than usual here because you have the underneath slant route right below it. If you throw it too early, like I'm doing right here, I'm fixing to throw it, and you have the post and the slant still real close to each other. And you threw it too hard, the post route try to come underneath to catch it, and that's not what you want. So you have to give it just a tad bit more time, and then dump it to him. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press it. Those last 3 were a hard pass. Now we're going to press it. This will be good against cover 2 zone, and we'll break that down later. Let's do another hard press, or just a press of the button. This will be good against, like I said, zone, because sometimes you're going to have to throw over a linebacker or two. Just puts a little more air under the ball. We'll do it one more time. It's a good throw there, and we'll finish it. Okay, now we'll go down to our slant. Now, this play is mainly designed for the slant route. When in doubt, even if the safeties come up, yes, you want to go to a deeper guy, one of the goes, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see cover 0. You're going to see 1, 2 out of man, or 2, 3, and 4. So in this case, the slant is our main guy. Always with a slant, it doesn't really make a difference what you're going up against. If you're going to him, you need to throw it as hard as you can. As such, we'll do a couple more reps just to get a feel for it. Just throw it as hard as you can and let him finish. We'll do one more. Again, I'm just holding on to the button, falling through as he catches it in stride. Okay, now we have the halfback on the flat. What I normally like to do here, as soon as he cuts upfield against man or zone, we'll break that down later, but as soon as he cuts upfield, which means he gets to the sideline and he'll cut up, then I'll throw basically a press pass, just a medium pass. So we're going to try that here. Good play there, good throw. If you throw it too hard, and I'll see if I can make this work, if you throw it too hard, sometimes you can get a good pass there, or sometimes you'll overthrow it a lot. For consistency's sake, you're probably better off just doing a basic pass like that. That was just overthrown. As long as you throw it after he makes his cut, you'll be okay. As such. If you throw it before he makes his cut, we'll try it here. That's what happens. He goes out of bounds and you don't have a chance to cut upfield. So make sure once he gets to the sideline, then you throw it. Then he can make his play. Okay. Now we threw the ball into the air. You kind of have a feel for the routes and kind of how to throw to him. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go to practice type, and now we're going to go to pass skeleton. A pass skeleton is basically live reps but without any pass rush. Here is where you're going to get a feel of how to attack certain coverages. Now, I'm going to break down every single coverage that's in the game. There are 6. We'll pick our play. And you notice how the run plays, like QB draws faded out, halfback draws faded out. Pass skeleton, it's a pass-oriented mode. Therefore, you don't have to pick the run plays. This is a pass play, so we're going to pick clear out. Now, there are 6 coverages in the game. 3 for man, 3 for zone. For man, you got cover 0, cover 1, and cover 2. And we're going to go through each one of those and see how you would attack it. We'll start with man, cover 0. Now, since this is a 4 wide receiver play, it doesn't matter who you go up against. You could go up against a nickel, a dime, a 3-3-5, 4-2-5. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the end result of what the defense does in the coverage. A 4-2-5 cover 3 is really no different than a 4-3-5 or a 4-3 defense in cover 3. So the coverage is what matters. For this sake, we'll just go up against a nickel. And we're going to pick a cover 0 beater. Let's pick Monster Green. Okay. Now, what this means is both safeties are going to come up. You've seen me run this plenty of times in the past. Anytime safeties come up, you need to go deep. For this play, we technically have 2 choices. Either square or triangle. Now, as is, without doing formation subs or sub-packaging, normally your best receiver will be square. If that's the case, when in doubt, dump it to him. So we'll do that a couple times. Let's see if he can convert, make a good throw here. It's a good throw there. Again, we are assuming by looking at the safeties that it's cover 0. Both safeties moved over. It looks like the free safety's defending the halfback. The strong safety is going to be, looks like he's on triangle. What we do know is both safeties are up, which means we need to go over the top. Again, my best receiver is square, so I'm just going to tap the ball to him and let him come down with it. We'll do it one more time. Intercepted. Just bad throw. We'll finish on a good note if we can. As long as it's not an interception. I don't want to be here forever throwing this route. Okay. Cover 0 That's your best bet. Now, for whatever reason, and I'll break down the formation subs and packages later, if for whatever reason you don't want to go to square, but you want to go to triangle, you can. No different. We'll go to him. We'll just throw it over the top. This isn't a good throw. Went out of bounds. And that is, here's a good example. This is a good reason why you would probably want to go to square. Is because he has more field to work with. You try to throw the triangle, your quarterback has less room to work with. Throw it to him. But we'll still try to go to triangle. See if we can convert. This is a much better throw here. That's just good defense. Good hit as soon as he caught it. We'll try it again. Could get a touchdown here. Oh, just couldn't catch it. But again, it's cover 0. Both safeties come up. Go to a go route. Okay. When it comes to cover 0, that's all you really need to do is hit those two guys. R1 is a possibility. You can't go to him. We can try it. But I just highly suggest you go to one of the go routes. Because you have a problem right there. This post route, I don't know if you've noticed, is a little bit different than your normal post route. He takes a wider angle before he makes his cut, which means he doesn't get a good separation against man as you would hope. We can try it again. You see, I mean, that guy's just got a beat on him every single time. Almost picked it off there. So again, when in doubt, you see cover 0, just go to one of your go routes. That's all you need to know about cover 0. Now, let's go to cover 1 man. We'll go to... We'll pick the play. Clear out. Nickel is fine. Now we'll do a cover 1. Let's do dog gold, for instance. Okay. Now, a lot of times with cover 0, we will see this. We may see a safety come down. We may see both safeties come up. Whatever. But what we need to worry about is what they do afterwards. So that free safety, it looks like they're going cover 1. He may go cover 0. But in this case, you see he goes up. I'm just going to throw it away just to let you see what that free safety's doing. This is what matters. Look at that free safety. They got 1 high right there. We'll break this down. We got 1 high safety. Again, we're thinking it's cover 1. It could be cover 0. But if you see against man, 1 high safety as such, it's cover 1. So here's how we're going to attack cover 1. Okay, we know they're in cover 1. The only thing you really need to go to is circle. It's very simple. That slant route is just a great man beater. And we're going to try to hit him a few times and see if we can get a good gain. So just go to circle. Good play right there. Pick up about, 12 yards? We'll try it again. I'm snapping the ball and I'm looking for that free safety. See what he's going to do. He's going 1 high. Therefore, we'll just go to the slant. Should have been caught. Again, I see 1 high safety. And that's the computer that took that one over for me. Okay, 1 high safety. Good throw there. Pick up a great gain. That's all you really need to know about cover 1. Now, I will show you this. Let's break this play down. This is I guess, the weakness of this play is this particular defensive play here. We'll go like nickel, and we'll try, where's it at? Let me find it. Double Z. It is just a double team on the Z receiver. The problem is, that's our main guy for man. So what do we do here? What's our other man beater? Well, we got 2 choices, maybe 3. One, you can still go to the slant. Sometimes he gets such good separation, you can still give it to him even if he's double teamed. Like that. Still picked up a good gain even though he was double teamed. Or, you could go to your halfback really quick. Just not a whole lot of yards there, and he's too close to the sideline. What I suggest you do is you could take a chance. If you see 1 high safety, you could try to go to one of the go routes. I would go to the one that's farthest away from the safety. Like if we went to square, look how close it is. Say that's a double team, and we do not need that. Your safest bet in all this is still going to circle. If the throw is good enough, he'll catch it and he can still pick up a good gain. But the odds of you ever seeing Z double teamed every time you call this play is slim to none. So you won't have to worry about that too much. And the good thing is that particular route is just good regardless. Look, he's double teamed and he's still making the catch. Okay? Again, that's all you really know about cover one. Go to circle. We'll try it one more time. He got caught up there, and yet he still caught it for 10 yards. Okay. Now let's go to cover two man. We'll pick the play, go to clear out. Nickel, we'll do cover two man. Okay. Again, in the past, you've seen both safeties just stand there against man. Sometimes they'll come up, sometimes they won't. We know this is cover two man, so just stare at the safeties. Notice both of them stay back there. I'll just throw it away. We'll break this down. Look at the two safeties. Both of them are splitting the field. That's cover two. Okay? The good thing is, these same rules apply to cover one, apply to cover two man. Go to circle. So we'll try that. Let's just go to circle. That would have been a great play if he would have caught it. We'll try it again. Great throw. Big gain. Now, you think you see cover two and you think your post route would be good, but not so much. We can try it. If he can get good separation, see, I threw it way too hard. I can try to do a medium pass to see if that'll work. And I'm just demonstrating this to show you why it's not the best throw to make. See, it's just too congested right there. Again, cover one or cover two. Just go to circle. Real easy. Pick up a good game. Okay? That's all you really need to know against man. So we'll break this down one more time. If both safeties come up, which means it's cover zero, go to one of the go routes. If it's cover one, regardless of which safety stays back there, go to circle. If you see cover two, go circle. Now let's go to zone. Let's go here. Clear out and nickel and cover two. Okay, there's three coverages in zone. Cover two, cover three, and cover four. You notice in cover two, you see both safeties split the back area of the field. If it's cover three, you see three guys back there. Normally that free safety goes to the middle of the field. Looks a lot like cover one, except both corners like to go deep. And we'll also break down cover four in which the entire secondary goes deep. But for now, we'll just do cover two. I picked the wrong play. That helped. Let's go back. Let's go clear out here and cover two. Okay. We know they're in zone, and I'll just do this again. In practice mode, if you don't know this already, in order to find out if it's man or zone, of course, you pick the play yourself. As soon as you pick the plays, zoom out of your coach camera and look at any movement. We'll try to do this. And it didn't really work, but in the real game, you know, as soon as you break the huddle, what's man or zone. If you don't know that already, go to like my very first post on the blog, and I think I got a YouTube video somewhere on that. So we know they're in cover two zone. And right now, all I want you to do is look at the safeties. Look what they do. They're splitting the field. That means it is cover two. Okay? Again, we'll just look at the safeties. Don't pay attention to what I do. Just look at the two safeties. They're splitting the field. Therefore, it's cover two. Okay. How are we going to attack cover two? My rules when it comes to beating a zone is this. The first thing I look for is if this area of the field, let me go to instant replay. This area of the field right here is wide open. This is our hot read. This is our center beater is what I call it because it's in front of the center. If there is no defender in this area, I will go to my center beater. In this case, we actually have one. In circle. Again, this slant route's incredible against man or zone. If you see anybody, if it is open in front of the center, you can dump it to circle. If not, then you got to read the safeties. So let's do that. I see no hole, and I'm looking at the safety, so it's cover two. So let's break this down. You see right here, that's linebacker standing right there. That means we do not need to go to our center beater. As soon as you see that, and you should see it as soon as you snap the ball, if that hole is going to be open or not. If not, look at the safeties and see what they're doing. As you can see here, they're splitting the field. That way we know it's cover two. Okay? Now let's go back. Cover 2 zone beater is going to be your post, R1. In zone, the best thing you need to do here is to gradually move your quarterback to the center of the field. It just makes your pass a tad bit better, if you can. If you're feeling the pressure on the left side, you may not be able to. But if you just snap the ball and just gradually move over, and you could dump it to your post route. Let's try to convert that play. Okay, no hole. I see cover 2. I'll go to the post. Good throw. Okay. Again, center beater, not there. Look at the safety, see what they're doing, and then react. In this case, I don't see a hole. I see 2 safeties split in the field. Therefore, it's cover 2. I'll go to my cover 2 beater. Okay. Again, I don't see a hole in the middle. I see 2 safeties split in the field. That's cover 2. Go to a cover 2 beater. That's all you need to know about that. Okay, now let's do cover 3. We'll pick our play. Clear out, and let's do cover 3. Now, again, center beater. If not there, look for the coverage. As you can tell, there was no hole there. Just pay attention to the safeties. I'm just going to throw it away. Watch the free safety. Unless you flip a lot of plays, the defense won't flip plays as well, which means the defense likes to put their free safety in the center of the field if it's cover 3. So this is the easiest check to look for is your free safety. Okay, so pay attention to the free safety. Cover 3. Right in the middle of the field, you know it's cover 3. Okay? So now let's break down cover 3. Again, the center, if it's open, we can go over to him. Otherwise, we go to our post against cover 3. Sometimes he's open, sometimes he's not. If you do not feel comfortable giving it to your post, we'll break this play down. This is why I mentioned this. We'll let the play develop right here. Notice it's pretty much 5-on-1, 3-on-1 right there. If you do not feel comfortable making that throw, do not go to the post. What you need to do is go to your halfback. So let's go to our halfback. Again, we'll follow our reads. We'll snap the ball. If there's anything in the center, we'll go to him. If not, look at the safeties. What are they doing? In this case, it's cover 3. And if it's cover 3, the safest thing to do is just go to your halfback. I don't see a hole. It's cover 3, and I hit the wrong button. Let's try this again. It's L1, not R1. Okay. The center, nothing open. I see cover 3. And I threw that way too late, but that was a good play right there. Let's do it again. I don't see a hole. I see cover 3. We'll jump to the halfback, pick up 8 yards. We'll do it again. I don't see a hole. I see cover 3. Just dump it to your halfback for a good gain. We'll do it one more time. I don't see a hole. I see cover 3. Bounce to your halfback, pick up 10 yards. Now let's do cover 4. Clear outs, and we'll do cover 4. Now, again, let's just look at the 2 safeties. Look what they do. They go straight back along with the 2 corners. You've seen me play enough quarters in my dynasty to know what quarters looks like. Both safeties just go straight back. Now, the beauty of this is, we'll break this down. Look how far back all 4 secondary players go. I mean, they go deep. What this means is you got a lot of room in this 10 to 20-yard area to make some plays. Okay? This is where you have some options. But again, what are our rules in zone? Find your center beater if you have one, and then look at the safeties. Let's look at the center. Let's see if it's open. Cover 4 quarters, the center a lot of times will get open. We'll break this down. Quarters coverage. Is there anybody open right here? Look how big this hole is. Boom. We know we have a center beater in the slant route in Z. Easy. The easiest 10 yards you'll ever pick up. So let's do it again. Again, we'll look for a hole in front of the center. If not there, we'll look at the safeties. I see a big hole. Throw it hard to your center beater. Pick up the easy numbers. We'll do it again. I see a big hole in front of the center. We'll bounce to the hem. We'll do it one more time. See a huge hole. Bounce to the slant. Pick up great yards, an extra 15 for the face mask. Against quarters, if you think you have the time, you can also try to attempt to go to the post. Notice I was able to convert there, but also notice how tight that window was. I mean, it's real tight. You got to make a good throw, a medium pass. You can try it if you want, if you think you got a quarterback that can make the throw. Otherwise, it's in your best interest to pick up the easy yards here. Quarters coverage, a hole in the middle, bounce to your slant, and you move on. You can also go to your halfback if you want to. That's just a terrible throw. We'll try it again. If for whatever reason your slant gets hung up on something, I don't know what it would be. But again, that middle, that center, if it's open, just give it to him. Okay. So now we've went up against zone. All three coverages, 2, 3, and 4. It's very simple with this play. Your cover 2 beater should be your post. Your cover 3 beater should be your halfback. Your cover 4 beater should be circle. That's real simple to understand. Post is cover 2. Halfback, the flat route, is cover 3. And your slant is cover 4. Okay, now let's do some live reps. And what I always suggest you do when it comes to live reps, we'll go to normal. And if you want, you can break these down and you can go back and go up against the pressure, cover 2, cover 3, however you want to do it. I think at this point it's in your best interest just to do random formation. You see at the bottom left of the screen, random formation. All that means is it's going to pick any random play from nickel or whichever formation you choose. This will help you really speed up your learning process and going through your reads and figuring out who to go to. Okay, it looks like they are in man. So the first thing we'll do is safeties. What are they going to do? If it's cover 0, we go to one of the go routes. If it's cover 1 or 2, just go to circle. And it looks like they're playing zone. I thought they was playing man, they're playing zone. We'll break that down. Looks like they're playing zone. I see a guy hanging there, safety coming down. Looks like they're playing cover 3. No, it's a cover 2. At any rate, it was a cover 2 is what it was. And I had time to throw it too. I probably could have thrown it to this guy right here. At any rate, we still picked up good gain with the halfback. Looks like it's cover 3. Just a good play by the defense. I'm seeing quarters. No, that's man's what it is. All right. Now we definitely know it's man. The safety's coming up the double team. This is that double Z play. So we can still try to go to our slant, and he can still pick up 5 yards. Zone. We definitely know they're in zone. Look for the center. Nothing's open there. Look at the coverage. Oh, cover 4. We'll break that play down. I'm feeling the heat. Wide open. Just a bad throw. When it comes to live reps, here's what you really have to work on. Once you understand your coverages, your reads, and who to go to, now all you have to pay attention is the line. What are they doing? I'm seeing quarters, I guess. Oh, that's just a little too low. Okay, they're going zone. I'm seeing cover 3, I think there. I can't tell if they're going man or zone. You know this when you're playing the live game. Okay, both safeties come up. You know what to do. Just go over the top. Now both outside guys are double teamed. What do you do here? I still think it's in your best interest to go to the slant. I got hit as soon as I threw it. I think they're going man here. Both safeties coming up. Just a bad throw, but at least you went to the right guy. They're going zone. I'm not seeing much of a hole, but I'm seeing a bit of a cover 2. Cover 2 beater is your post. Again, I highly suggest, once you feel comfortable with the coverages, the reads, just play to normal and do random formation. That way you get a feel of it. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, what you can do is once you move past the pass skeleton stage, you can select your play and go up against cover 0, cover 1, cover 2 if you feel comfortable. I didn't feel the need to break it down here because we already covered it at pass skeleton. Pass skeleton is meant for you to read coverages. Once you move on to the third stage, you should already know what you got to do. Now you just got to try to avoid pressure and move on to the next step. So the last thing I want to talk about with this play is we'll break down the sub-packages out of this formation. Here is normal. 88 is your number 1 receiver on the depth chart. 24 is my number 2 guy, and then 20 is 3, and 86 is 4. So it's 1, 3, 4, and 2, if you're counting left to right. Now let's go on to the next one. Wide receiver flip. All that does, it flips X and Z. So now 24 is on the left side, and 88 is on the far right. Next is strong slot. All that is, it's putting your top receiver at that 4 spot. Next, you got backup quarterback. All that is you're just subbing in your backup quarterback. Halfback sub, same thing. You're just subbing in your backup halfback. This is halfback slot. This puts your halfback at the 3 position. In case you got like 2 good halfbacks, you like to have one in the backfield, and you got to have one up top. Tight end slot, it puts your tight end on the inside position. You see number 35 there. Fullback, it subs your fullback in for your halfback. Then lastly, you have cornerback slot. It puts your top cornerback in at the end slot. 36 at your 3 spot. So what that means is this is something that I could use in my Yale dynasty with John Slaughter, since he plays a lot on offense for me. So how would we use these? The best thing to do is pretend. It really depends on your roster. If you got a good receiving core, you really don't have to do much of this, changing with the sub-packages. But let's pretend you barely have 2 good wide receivers. You got one decent one and one just a little bit worse than that. Well, we know that this particular play, the play is meant to go to circle, your slant. More often than not, it'll go to him. That is our Z receiver. So what you may want to do is use this formations or this sub-package. You put your best receiver over at circle. Now you can also do this, and I think it'll let me do in practice mode, formation subs. When you know what your playbook is going to look like, and you have other plays out of this formation you use, maybe you want to put 88, your number 1 receiver, at the Z spot. It's up to you. You can either do it here, or you could do it in sub-packages. If you do it here, it'll hold true. It'll stay like that the rest of the season, and you don't have to switch it up again. If you do it here, you got to do that every time for every game. So, food for thought. This ain't much of a good sub-package for this play because, again, our main receiver is circle, which is our Z route, or Z receiver. The rest of them, I don't think it makes a difference. Okay, I think that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else you would need to know. I'll quickly flip the play, and we'll do it on the left hash. I'm not going to run any plays. I just wanted to show you what the buttons, or where they're located. If you look at the play as is, and I'm using a PlayStation 2, we'll pick the play, and I'll show you. We'll go here and here. Okay. Square on the right, as is, squares on your left. R1 is your 3-man, your inner slot. Your outside slot is triangle. Circle is your outside guy. And your halfback is L1. Sometimes, depending on the play you pick out of which formation, this will be reversed in different ways. We'll try it here. We'll go to Clearouts, and we'll just do random formation. When you flip the play, you play it on the left hash. Now, let's look at where everything's at. What has changed button-wise? Square is still to the far left, so that hasn't changed. Circle is on the far right, so that hasn't changed, but R1 and triangle have moved over. R1 is still to the left of triangle. L1, that hasn't changed either. So when it comes to trips formation out of the gun, nothing really changes. You just have to get somewhat familiar with who is who when you flip it. You've seen me play plenty of times in Dynasty mode where I don't flip a lot of plays. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If you don't feel comfortable with it, that's no big deal. But if this is going to be a big play for you in your offense, you may want to get used to flipping it. So I suggest you go into practice mode, get used to these buttons and see who's who. And nothing changes with your reads. Okay? So we'll summarize everything as such. I'll just pick a random play. Back to the right hash. If it's man, you got 3 coverages, 0, 1, and 2. If it's cover 0, meaning both safeties come up, go to either square or triangle. Your go routes. If it is cover 1 or cover 2, just go to circle. Even if he's double teamed, you've seen me run it several times, it doesn't matter. He still ends up catching the ball because that route is so good against man. Nothing else really matters when it comes to man. It's the go routes and circle. Zone, you got 3 coverages, 2, 3, and 4. If it's cover 2, attempt to go to the post route. If it's cover 3, go to your halfback. If it's cover 4, or if there's a hole in the middle anywhere in any of those 3 coverages, go to circle. The last thing you need to know is if you're feeling any pressure, if your left tackle gets blasted as soon as the ball is snapped, or something similar where you know you don't have much time to throw it, when in doubt, the safe thing to do is just to bounce it to your halfback and just live to see another day. Let's pretend that all 5 linemen just get blasted. If you're feeling it, just play it safe and just dump it to your halfback and let him pick up something, anything. This is your safety valve, regardless if it's man or zone in any of the 6 coverages. Just bounce it. I would do a medium pass here. Just press the button. Just bounce it to him and just let him pick up something, anything. You may not get nothing, but if you're going to get blasted, sacked, as soon as you snap the ball in any way, just bounce it to him and let him try to pick up anything. Alrighty, I think that covers everything. I hope you like this new method of me teaching this. Hopefully, by breaking down all 6 coverages, by going to offense only, getting used to the routes, and then moving on to pass skeleton, getting used to the coverages and knowing what to attack, and then moving on to your normal live reps where you're feeling pressure. Follow those same steps until you feel comfortable with the reads, with the progressions, with understanding coverages, and the only way you're going to make these plays work is if you're in practice mode a ton. That's how I'm good in this game. I rep this stuff 100 times over. Sooner or later, you're going to pick up stuff. But at least with a video like this, you kind of know who to go to, as opposed to just kind of winging it on the fly. So my goal in the future is, I'm going to keep posting more Dynasty videos. That'll never change. But I'm also going to, every now and then, break in a new tutorial video with a play like this. And I'm also going to put this in a different playlist on the YouTube channel. I may call it film room or practice mode or something, to where over time, when I have a bunch of videos in there, all you have to do is go to that playlist and find that particular one you're looking for. Alright guys, hopefully all this was helpful, and then look forward to doing some more videos like this for you, and I hope you get something out of this video. Alright, I'll talk to you later.